History is not always written by those who lived it. Civilizations fell, empires vanished. Truth faded into silence. But history is never truly lost. On a quiet Monday morning, August 21st, 1911, Paris woke up like any other day. The streets were alive. Horse carriages rolled over cobblestones. Men and women hurried to work, unaware that history was about to change. As the city moved forward, 3 men stepped calmly out of the Louvre museum. They did not run. They did not look nervous. Between them, wrapped inside a simple blanket, they carried something priceless. At 8:45 a.m., they boarded a train and disappeared. The world had no idea that the most famous painting ever created had just vanished. The Mona Lisa was gone. To understand how this happened, we must go back more than 400 years, to the year 1503, to Renaissance Italy. In Florence, a man worked quietly inside his studio. A man whose mind seemed to exist centuries ahead of his time. I was Leonardo da Vinci. He was not only an artist, honest, a visionary. But among all his inventions and ideas, one painting would consume him more than any other. Before him sat a young woman, calm, eschew, silent. Her name was Lisa Gherardini. She was the wife of Florentine Francesco Giocondo. From her name, Mona Lisa, meaning Madame Lisa, and a Gioconda, ne joyful. A strange name for a smile that feels both happy and sad. For centuries, people questioned who she really was. Some claimed she was royalty. Some believed she was Leonardo's mother. Others even said the painting was a disguised self-portrait of Leonardo himself. But after decades of research, historical records finally confirmed the truth. Lisa Gherardini was real. She was just 24 years old. Leonardo did not rush. He spent years perfecting her expression. He studied human anatomy, dissecting bodies to understand muscles and nerves. He observed animals, even horses. Comparing their expressions to human emotion, he researched optics, learning how light enters the eye and how the brain interprets shadows. From this obsession, he created something revolutionary. A smile that changes. Look directly at her mouth, and the smile seems to fade. Look at her eyes, or look away entirely, and suddenly she is smiling again. Leonardo used a technique called sfumato, blending colors so gently that no clear lines exist. Her face melts into the background. Her expression lives in your peripheral vision. You don't see the smile, you feel it. But there is another mystery. Some believe there is not one Mona Lisa, but 2. A second version, with a younger face, clearer expression, and columns in the background. Did Leonardo paint 2 versions of the same woman, or did his students complete one after him? No one knows for certain. And perhaps that uncertainty is part of the magic. In 1516, Leonardo left Italy. He was invited by King Francis I of France to live at the royal court. Leonardo crossed the mountains, carrying his unfinished works with him, including the Mona Lisa. He continued refining her smile until his death in 1519. The painting remained in France, eventually becoming part of the Louvre Museum, quiet, respected, but not yet famous. Then came the French Revolution. Royal treasures were removed from palaces and placed into public museums. The Mona Lisa now belonged to the people, and that is when one man decided she belonged somewhere else. His name was Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian nationalist, a former Louvre employee. He believed the Mona Lisa had been stolen from Italy centuries ago, so in 1911, he took history into his own hands he hid inside the museum overnight. And in the morning, he simply walked out with the painting for 2 years. The world searched. Newspapers printed her image. Detectives followed false leads. All the while, the Mona Lisa sat hidden inside a small apartment. Finally, Perugia tried to sell her in Florence. The art dealer recognized the truth immediately. The stamp, the frami, the impossible reality. Perugia was arrested. On January 4th, 1914, the Mona Lisa returned to the Louvre. But something had changed. Before the theft, she was admired. After the theft, she was legendary. People from around the world came to see her. Gromj, cameras rosi. Silence fell. Today, the Mona Lisa sits behind bulletproof glass. Her temperature controlled, her humidity measured, still watching, still smiling, still mysterious. Perhaps the real question is not who she was, but why, after 100 years, we still cannot stop looking at her, a painting that vanished. Only two become eternal. The Mona Lisa.